This is Buddy Landell, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, so stop working yourself into a shoot, you numbnuts. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a dumb ass and get offended by anything on this show. And if you do get offended, that's a you problem. Before I throw it to the fellas for another banger of an episode, shout out to all the BTT patrons, including the largest Patreon contributors of the show: Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, Good Old Justin, and Mike H. Now enjoy this Outlaw Mud Show podcast. Remember, if it don't snow, it don't go. And be blessed and be a blessing, pal.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hardbody Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we are covering WCW Saturday Night on TBS from August the 28th, 1993. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you know the drill by now. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the little thumbs up and the like button on the video. Make sure you type a couple of comments or two with what you liked or didn't like about the episode. It definitely helps the channel grow. I'm sitting here with Doc and a returning Hardbody Harper. Let me welcome you guys in. Doc, how are you?
I'm doing tremendous. After 8 years, I just want to report that the foam fell off of my headset tonight.
Oh, no.
But
You've been having the same headphones for 8 years?
Funny how that works.
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing what happens when you don't lose them or break them.
Yeah, I keep them away from Mrs.
Dude, they
Doc,
could be like
too.
collector's items.
Maybe. But they still work, so there's no reason to get a new pair. And I bought a new pair during the pandemic, so I still haven't unopened them. So I got an unopened pack, kind of like baseball cards or some shit. I'm doing great. Let's kick it over, see how the man's doing. Let me tell you, he needs a new nickname.
Who?
You.
What?
People, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, you will soon. And if you don't, you're just going to have to trust me on this one. We need to go in and see how our friend is doing. Our only hope against AI, Hardbody Harper.
He doesn't know what you're talking about, but
he doesn't know what
right.
I'm talking about. But just believe me that if we have to go in and fight the AI, our only hope is Harper.
Fuck
how you
that
doing?
AI.
See,
I'm doing great.
Can I mention something since you're saying that, Doc?
Allen Iverson.
I don't know what that
he
means.
He would still AI. He would still cross you up. You'd be in trouble on the court.
For the record, Harper, I don't know if you saw this. I posted it in the Facebook group and I posted it on social media, on Twitter. You would have seen it obviously in the Facebook group, but there's a tool out there. I won't get into the details of it. It's free. It's a Google tool, whatever. I heard about this several months ago and been meaning to just fart around with it. So I finally had some time. And Harper, I threw several of your rants into this AI tool. Now, what this AI tool does is, for the record, anybody on
it's our only hope, y'all.
Anybody listen? I've posted 2 or 3 of them on Patreon. But the first one I posted on Patreon was your office pizza party and small talk rant, which almost everybody loved. Some were terrified, and I get that point too. And then the next one I posted was the way you break headsets, which is ironic that Doc is talking about his headset finally broke after 8 years. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to kind of spoil it for the listeners out there. On Patreon right now is me. I threw the rant that Silva and Sparks and I and Doc had about how you break headsets. I threw that into this AI thing. And to be clear, I don't do anything. All I do is take the raw audio and throw it into it. And it has these 2 hosts, a male and a female, review the segment. And
they sound like NPR, dude.
Yes.
In today's edition, we're going to talk about what happens when white people start talking about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They cover it like NPR and they get all serious with it. But then in the headset rant, they get the story. It's like it's not perfect, right? Because it's a computer. So they're talking about something that you did with the headset and you maybe put the plug in an orifice or something. I'm not going to quote it. I want people to go to Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT and talk about it or listen to it. But then they got the rant messed up. Silva was in the rant talking about how you break the headsets. So then it gets the story confused and starts telling that story, but it messes it up. And then the AI voices change. You broke the AI, Harper.
Yep.
Well,
you broke the AI in this particular rant.
You're our only hope, Obi-Wan.
It's like war games.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's kind of what happened. I let Doc, I played it for Doc. For anybody out there, I was helping Doc and I brought the computer to his house and showed him some stuff. Had to do some work at his house for him together, obviously. And then I played it and Harper's like, and Doc's like, dude, it broke the voice. The voices broke. The voices changed 2 times. Once the female voice and once the male voice. You broke the AI, Harper. You broke the damn AI. Anyway, that's on Patreon. You're welcome, right
America.
Now.
You're welcome.
tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can listen to it. I want to repeat. I had nothing to do with this. All I did was take the raw audio, throw it into it, and then it outputs this NPR review of Harper's rants. There you go.
Let me just say this. The only podcast that can revive the dead and defeat AI.
Thanks to Hardbody Harper. Right. One time he's talking about his friend banging a deaf girl. It sounds like a dying seal. And then the other time he's talking about breaking headsets.
Who knew such a pathetic, wretched upbringing would end up with such, awesome outcomes? Hey, guys, do you guys know what today is the anniversary of?
Let's see. What's today?
Just today, 5 years ago, the pandemic started.
Yeah, we were recording that night because we used to record on Wednesday nights, and it was a Wednesday.
Right, and that's when we had to stop because we couldn't be.
Because Rudy Gobert touched our microphone.
That's right. Remember that?
Yeah.
The guy for the Thunder.
So the thing that was the Jazz. So the thing that I was thinking about is, we've been doing this show for almost 10 years. That was 5 years ago. The pandemic was over half our life ago.
That's crazy, huh?
Mike still wears a mask outside.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because he's not robbing somebody.
That's not true. Telling lies. Come on.
That's fucked up.
It really is. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Come on.
Nobody.
Who said that?
Doc.
Boy, remember that shit, bro? Getting furloughed. I was like, what's a furloughed?
Yeah.
And I had to call up Mike to fucking explain it to me.
I remember trying to go to a grocery store at like 5 o'clock in the morning because it was before all the other germs would show up.
Yeah, fuck, I miss being furloughed, bro. It was like a vacation, but you couldn't go anywhere though. That was the problem. Like everything was shut down.
Yeah.
Except the bars around here.
Right.
Which gave zero fucks.
I mean,
whiskey kills the germs, pal.
Yeah.
Is that why he didn't get sick when doing circle, dot, dot during the pandemic?
Of course.
Yeah. It's the Jim Beam.
It's Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It kills the germs.
Yeah.
All right, Doc, I got to share something with Harper, but first I need to get in a quick plug, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
Shout
pal.
out
It's
to
your
the
show.
patrons out there. Like I said, if you want to listen to these ridiculous AI reviews that I didn't create, no one created here, you can hear it there on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Also, shout out to a couple of new patrons, Johnny S., Ollie W., and Mark J. You can be like those dudes and become patrons at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It's the only place you can listen to our Clash 24 review that is currently out, and all of the WCW pay-per-views dating back to 1985 as well, along with the JV Goon Squad shows, only on Patreon at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Harper, I got something I got to share with you. Doc is not going to answer because he already knows about this. I oftentimes will use the history of WWE.com to look up various results for the years that we go through. So we're in 1993 now, obviously. And that usually tells me, where a taping was, where, how many tapings were there for that day and whatnot, main event, worldwide, all that good stuff. You get all kind of good details from there. Well, it's 1993. We're into late August, and I was just kind of surfing the site, as the kids used to say back in the day, when you used to web surf, I guess that was a thing when the internet first became a thing. And I stumbled across this card that was supposed to take place September 17th, 1993, WCW, Irving, Texas, at the old Texas Stadium. So where the Cowboys played before they tore it down.
Fuck, that must have been a big event then.
So, and how many did they bring in for Parade of Champions? That 40-something thousand?
Yeah, I mean, even the worst one they had there was 5,000. Like, so, or maybe like 3,800. I'd have to look at the results, but yeah, I mean, they progressively went down from the.
But at the
one.
height when like Kerry beat Flair, they packed 40
plus
thousand people. Yeah,
that's a lot of goddamn people.
Some people will tell you 50 plus,
especially when it's fucking local.
Right. All right. So that Texas Stadium, September 17th of 1993, there was a scheduled event for Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. Harper, how many tickets in advance do you think they sold for that? I'm going to give you a guess. Just take any guess. Doc knows, so I can't ask him.
Let's say 1993 WCW at Texas.
We have Rick Rude. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Flair.
Ric Flair.
Sting.
Dustin Rhodes.
Steamboat. Orndorff.
God, probably 1,000.
Harper.
That's a lot too many.
Harper.
500.
All right, let me help you out because you're never going to get this. They canceled the event because only 35 tickets were sold.
What the fuck?
Doc and I should have took a bet. He thought you were going to say Jesus like you always do. I just wasn't sure.
That's crazy. That can't be true.
That's like somebody forgot to tell the people that they went on sale.
Yeah, 35 fucking dude. That can't be right, man. Come on.
So
you know what I told him, Harper? I said we could draw 35 people in DFW. This show.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we draw that at X-rated every year, usually, or at least
20. I mean, dude, that can't be correct.
All right, so
it has to be.
Harper, this is
like
what
an indie show. I mean, you would have 35 people.
See, here's the thing,
35
Harper.
people. people.
They like when you go through some of the results of like that year. I mean, there's a card where 42 people were there. I mean,
42 people.
Yeah, that wasn't Texas Stadium. I'm just saying there was a card where there was like 42 people. There was another one in Kennesaw, Georgia, 58 people in attendance.
Wait, so we're just saying this? They had 58 people in that arena watching them wrestle.
Yeah, I can give you the building that. I mean, so here's what I told Doc, because this is something that I always used to hear on the independents in the 90s. Bro, you could book, or in your words, you could book Jesus and he could be handing out free miracles. If no one knows Jesus is there, no one's going to show up.
But dude, I mean, I know the fucking 1993 WCW was, it wasn't batting 1,000 to say the least. But bro, that was a national televised thing, bro.
Let's remember,
local people sitting there and watching and going like, "Hey, our wrestling's coming to town."
Well, let's remember, Harper. This is the same organization that just a few years earlier couldn't put 1,000 people in the Silverdome. Remember that? We had that discussion.
Yeah, but that was at least 1,000, not 32 or whatever.
35 said 35 tickets were sold.
Yeah,
and they canceled the event because of that.
That's crazy. Was the old sportatorium still being used
in 93?
In 93?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thought they could have booked that.
Shit, that thing held thousands.
That's what I'm saying.
They
don't
did.
need to.
Oh, go ahead.
You need my backyard if we're gonna have 35 people.
For real, dude. Bro, they could be like at your house, just hanging out, blowing up your bathroom.
I don't know why.
Drinking all your beer, hitting on your wife.
Yeah.
Doing what
there's
wrestlers.
A ring on her hand. That's her problem.
It's doing what wrestlers do.
I don't know why they would book a building like that for like, it doesn't make sense.
Was Crockett telling them out of Dallas that was a good idea?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just really kind of odd that they would even book that, because I mean, like,
they're not drawing anywhere.
Well, that's okay. So that's what I was about to say. Like, when you look at the results,
that's because we keep forgetting to promote the shows for some reason.
Well, when you look at the results, like, they're running like these little small buildings. Like, I mean, oh God,
yeah, like
the Township Auditorium, Center. And they got the Georgia Mountain Center. We've been there 100 times as well. Like, they're drawing buildings where where they can fit a couple of thousand in. And Doc, I just stumbled on something else. They booked the Alamo Dome August 29th. Hold on. They booked the Alamo Dome August 29th of 1993. That was canceled because they only sold 400 advance tickets.
That's crazy, dude.
Harper, how fast? Like, if we said right now, for every minute you shave off, you make more money. So you're motivated. How fast could you get 35 people to something in the New Orleans Metairie area? Like, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to get this done. How fast could you get 35 people to any location to just stay there for an hour?
For Wildcat?
For anything.
Just anything.
I mean, you could do that fucking right now.
Right, but could you have 35 people committed to come to something tomorrow night?
Yes.
Bro,
definitely.
Harper would just say, "Hey, me and the champ, I'm sorry, Oren, I'm sorry, Luke Hawks, and D-Man, we're going to be hanging out at the Bay Bar. Come on out.
We're going to be at Bar 504.
Right. And you got 40 people right there.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's crazy. Dude, speaking about those old buildings, the AEW show last week, they were in this building. It was the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium.
Was it the Arco Arena?
No, dude. It was the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium, because I'm watching it and I was like, dude, this building is old. And I love the look of this building. It had these big columns, and I looked it up. This building opened in 1927.
Got
character. I think you're burying the lead there, though.
But I'm just saying, it's just every building now looks identical. It's I mean, you can't tell if it's the Smoothie King Center or the fucking Madison Square Garden. They all look identical, but this building, I mean, that was the star of the show. I'm like, that building looks beautiful, and they went like in the back, and like you can just see it was old with these like ropes for the curtains were in the background. I guess nowadays people look at that and go, dude, what the fuck? But dude, I thought that building was fucking beautiful. I bet the locker rooms probably look like you're in, fucking World War II or something, but still.
They got the gurney back there from the Smoky Mountain territory.
Right.
When Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden dump your boy off of it.
Fucking like the prison showers.
But
you can upgrade that.
Again, this wasn't unheard of during this time when they are just, booking the Alamo Dome, Texas Stadium, and
but like, why? You haven't drawn in what 19? Who was the last time they had like a really good outing?
Well, I mean,
since the Crockett days, right?
Well, I mean, really good outing is subjective. I mean, because some people would say, well, they put 7,000 in the pay-per-view, even though half of them were giveaways.
That's still 3,500.
Sure, I'm gonna make you laugh. There's Bluefield, West Virginia, Brush Fork Armory on August the 20th of 1993. 100 people.
That's Smoky Mountain, man.
You gotta imagine being a talent.
But wait, listen to the card. Listen to the card. Tommy Angel beat Joe Cruz. Keith and Kent Cole defeated the Italian Stallion and George South. Dick Slater defeated Mark Starr. Yoshi Kwan defeated Brad Armstrong. WCW TV champion at the time, Ricky Steamboat, defeated Lord Steven Regal. And the
Ricky fucking Steamboat.
Well, I'm not done. And at the time, the tag champs, Arn and Paul Roma, defeated Tex Slashinger and Shanghai Pierce. And Johnny B. Bad defeated Max Payne in a steel cage match.
That's crazy, dude.
That's all the cage. Yeah.
Oh, man. 100 people in Brush Fork Armory.
You think like Ricky Steamboat just showing up to the mall signing autographs would have a couple hundred people.
Yeah. I mean,
not if nobody knows.
That's just nuts, dude.
Linton, Indiana, National Guard Armory, August 15th, 1993, 150 people.
I mean, we used to go to those house shows. Me and Randy's dad used to bring us at the Municipal Auditorium. So, like, I mean, we knew that the shit was going on.
Jesus Christ. Y'all want to hear something funny? That Linton, Indiana, National Guard Armory, August 15th, 1993, 150 people. The first line of that card says, Rip Rogers served as guest ring announcer, agent, and timekeeper for the show.
He's from Seymour.
Yeah, right. He earned his paycheck that day. Oh, man. So I'm only pointing this out because there is plenty of times when obviously nobody's there. I mean, we've known those stories for years.
Dude.
But the 35 seats sold for Texas Stadium and then the show canceled. It just caught my attention. I immediately sent it to Doc. I was like, dude, look at this.
When they put 5,000 in there, it was a ghost town.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because you said there was like 3,500. Dude, that's like 2 ants in like a Walmart parking lot.
I took a screenshot of it years ago because in that show, it's the Fantastics. It was a 6-man scaffold match. It was the rock and roll RPMs
and that scaffold was way the fuck up there too.
Oh my God, that scaffold was high up there. It was the Fantastics and somebody versus the rock and roll RPMs and somebody 6-man scaffold match. And I remember sending the screenshot to Doc that I took. They showed this wide shot of them up on this scaffold, and man, I think there was like 3,800 people for that one. I might be getting it wrong. Maybe it was 2,800, whatever. And I mean, you could see there's people there, but you're in a 50,000 seat football stadium. So obviously if there's only 3,000 people there, there's going to be a lot of empty seats, and you could see all the empty seats when they're up on that scaffold.
That's horrible. Dude, even like in the reunion arena, that's not even half.
Right.
Your reunion arena was 17,000.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, man, crazy to think about. Would they tear
that building down?
What?
The reunion arena. Is it still there? No,
huh? They tore it down.
07 maybe, Doc?
I don't know.
Well, aren't they screaming for a new building? So the American Airlines is it's up to their fucking superior standards.
Right.
The fuck out of here.
Let's trade our best player and then get a new arena.
Yeah, and then I saw what's his name got hurt. I'm like, do y'all like the Texas Pelicans, bro? The fuck?
5,900 people, 1987 Parade of Champions. It was Fantastics and Steve Simpson versus Rock and Roll RPMs and Eric Embry 6-man scaffold match. So it was about 6,000 people in there, and boy, you could tell. So imagine 35 people in there. That they probably they had more staff
Steve
there.
Simpson, look, you know what happened to him?
Yeah, why? I mean, he's been on either Dark Side or Tales from the Territory.
Well, fucking, he opened up the first Buc-ees in fucking South Africa. It's fucking crazy.
You fucking idiot.
Eric Emery's the fucking night manager.
You are a buffoon.
I mean, Google it. It's all right there.
I mean, if you can't disprove it on Google, it must be true.
That's right.
Mike, save us and get us to the
ring.
ring.
My God, Harper. All right. Oh man, if you missed the intro because you're only watching the video version on Patreon, you got to go back and listen to the intro. We found out that Steve Simpson opened the first Buc-ees in South Africa. Thanks,
That's
Harper.
Right.
This week's episode, again, it's August 28, 1993. It was taped August 9th, 1993 at Center Stage. It is the first half of the taping from that day, according to history of WWE.com, except for the Flair for the Goal segment that we do see in this taping. That was taped July 20th in Huntsville, Alabama. Because it was taped on the 9th, that means it was taped before the Clash that we reviewed. So this actual show does have the match where Pillman injured his ankle, and that's the reason why Regal was subbed by Pillman at the Clash. So, anyway,
so he really did mess his ankle up?
Yes, he actually, according to the record, he did mess his ankle up. So there's that. Got some big matches tonight. Rude versus Dustin Rhodes, Sting, Davey Boy, and Harlem Heat all in action. So we're going to get to it right away. Doc, we go to the first match. Brian Pillman and Steve Austin versus Mark Starr and Frankie Lancaster. Doc, there's some political talk from Jesse Ventura at the 1 minute mark. I was going to play it so we can listen to it, even though we're
he's going to tell us about Bill Clinton's budget.
Yeah, here it is.
There's nothing I don't like about this tag team, Tony. They got it all. Athletic ability, charisma, you name it, the Blondes have got it. Plus, they hang out with the right people. These guys hang out with the people that are going to get nailed. And I mean nailed by President Clinton's budget proposal. The 40% group.
Hollywood Blondes certainly looking to get back in track to become once again the World Tag Team Champions.
I love Tony. He's not entertaining. He's just no sells.
He's probably like, what's a budget? Because we don't have one of those.
Right. We try to run Texas Stadium with 35 people. Anyway. All right.
Can I get 202? Harper, how many wrestlers tried to hit that and who eventually did?
And those two poor saps are like, hey, yeah, I can reset your Commodore 64 for you. And
what's her name?
Barbara.
No, it's past Barbara time. This is the 90s.
Okay. Her name's Mandy, and she drives a Chevy Beretta.
There you go. Now we're cooking.
Mandy.
That she can't even afford. But it looks so good in it.
What kind of cigarettes is she smoking?
Virginia Slims.
Yeah.
She looks like a Newport girl.
Well, that's going to be my question is, Mike, she kind of looks like she might like black dudes. Do you think you could make a run at her? She
kind of reminds me of your wife.
No, come on. No, she's not from Huntsville. Oh, that's Doc with the glasses.
That might be.
Hey, black wrestling, baby.
That looks like Sting's nerdy cousin.
I would do anything to go back in time.
It's like Lance.
No, that's
hey, like SMU Mustang.
Jesus, I'd do anything to go back in time and go hang out with Doc and Mrs. Doc at independent wrestling in the mid 2000s.
Why?
That would have had to be a good time.
There were people that she knew there that were not into the wrestling too, so she had somebody to talk to, and there you go.
What kind of beer did she drink back then?
I don't know.
Probably Woodchuck.
Bartles and James.
God, they didn't have that back then.
I know.
But that was probably gone by then.
All
She's
right.
probably drinking a daiquiri.
Nah, they didn't have those here at that time.
Oh, really?
Not like you're thinking. They do now.
No.
They have daiquiri shops now.
Hey, so do you know who Mark Starr is?
I believe he and the Champ might be friends.
Really? Well, he's Yoshi Kwan's brother.
Okay. Harper, you got anything?
No, sure.
Okay.
His eyes don't look like Yoshi Kwan's.
Whoa.
What's that mean?
I'm just
what
saying.
does that mean?
I'm just saying.
He's a round eye.
No, I did not say that.
You said he's one of those round eyes that came over from America to crush the Japanese Empire.
I'd like to apologize for Hardbody Harper's insensitive.
No, this is where, what's your responsibility in all of this? You're the host of a podcast.
You're quoting the AI. He's quoting the AI.
The AI got mad at me and Mike because we didn't put you in enough check.
Right.
Harper.
Yeah, I was watching when I was in college, I had to read it was a history class at UNO. We had to read a book about World War II. It was about the Marines over there in Japan. And it kept saying round eyes. It kept calling them like round eyes. That makes perfect sense. Okay. Yeah, round eyes. I got you.
Harper, the AI got mad at Doc and I because we didn't correct you when you were going off on Latina women being, as you said, coyotes.
So what did it say? This guy's an asshole.
No. It just said how
pretty much
we needed to be responsible for the things that you said, and we apologize for your insensitivities, but it was kind of like in a joking manner.
See, it's your fault.
Right. Blame us. All right.
So Frankie Lancaster, did he wrestle in Mid-South, Mike?
I don't remember if you
hadn't quit that podcast, you'd know.
I don't remember Frankie Lancaster. Now, of course, somebody's going to send me a screenshot. That right there was when Pillman hurt his ankle. Watch his ankle.
Oh.
I have this timestamp. Watch. Lancaster goes up, monkey flip. Watch Pillman's ankle. Snap. You see it?
Yeah. He didn't get all the way over.
Yeah. Is like heel got dug in and.
Right. And he kind of basically slipped.
Yep. He's messed up. He is messed up.
This was a competitive match, though. It was good.
Well,
that Lancaster guy looks like the dude from RoboCop. Remember when a guy's doing coke with the two prostitutes?
He's doing what?
That 70s show guy comes in and goes, "This bitches leave," and he puts the bomb on the coffee table.
I don't remember that, Harper, but we'll take your word on it.
Oh God, that's one of the best.
Is that before or
ever.
after he comes out and wrestles with Sting?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Next, you're going to tell me there was a Buc-ees in RoboCop too.
There was. If you look in the background, you see one.
Right. Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Barry Sanders used to work there. and fucking Lou Whitaker was the day shift guy when he retired from the
When he got off, did he hand it off to Alan Trammell?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the finish of this match is Austin goes for a stun gun, but drops Lancaster on his shoulder, but he still pins him 1, 2, 3. The finish was definitely messed up. Doc, do you have any other thoughts on this?
This was a good match until it got awkward and weird.
Well, I would imagine Pillman messing up his ankle certainly didn't help the finish, whatever the finish was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
All right. Well, from there, Jesse and Tony didn't even open the show, so we go to them for, I guess, what I would call a formal opening, and then we go to a Flair for the goal. I am going to fast forward a little bit to when Rude comes out.
Can you help me out a little bit here?
With?
So you said at the beginning that this was not done that night.
That's what the history of WWE.com says. It says it was done on July 10th or July 20th. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's helpful because I thought I heard them say the same thing, that they were going to show something that had already occurred. Just want to see how that plays into how they talk about this for the rest of the night, but please continue.
All right. So from here, I'm going to play the Flair for the goal with Rick Rude. Harper, this kid's a little squirrely, so just pay attention, watch, and just watch. This is something. Here it is.
Flair for the goal, man. I love it. You're looking great. Hey, I got to tell you, I was there. The whole world was there. 30 minutes, one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. I'm talking about the Iron Man match. You know, you and Dustin Rhodes, you came this close. Hey, over here. Over here. She's like, hey, she'll be there later. We're talking wrestling now. Okay? Like I said, 30-minute match, one of the greatest contests I've ever seen.
Yeah, you had a great match too, Rick. Congratulations, okay?
Hey, we're talking U.S. time. We're talking about the match that's signed between you and Dustin Rhodes in the very near future. We're talking about the rematch.
Wait a minute. You're talking about the rematch. You're talking about what happened at Beach Blast. I've got different things on my mind, Flair.
Rick, relax. Relax.
Yeah.
Over here.
You know what I'm thinking about, don't you, FiFi? Don't stand there looking stupid. Come over here. I gave you my phone number. I expect you to call me. Obviously, you don't know what the deal is. Hey, I'm Ravishing Rick Rude, and whatever I want, I get. And as far as the women goes, that's automatic. You want me when I want you. Do you understand? Now, what's the deal?
Rick, come on, relax now. She doesn't understand any of this. You know that.
Hey, wait a minute, Flair. I don't tell you how to conduct your love life. You don't tell me how to conduct mine. I'm Ravishing Rick Rude. You know about my reputation, and obviously you didn't tell FiFi. FiFi, you want me, and you know it. Why didn't you call me back?
Rick, look, FiFi is the best kept secret in the world today. To a man that admires beautiful women, hey, we got a lot in common. We like the same things. She doesn't understand all this hard talk.
She understands. She understands, and she wants me. But why isn't she making the move?
Hey, look, it's very simple. I don't see her turning cartwheels or jumping up and down. She obviously doesn't want you that bad.
Well, hey, that's not your decision, Flair. I think FiFi's the one who needs to make that decision.
What? Rick.
How about that, sweetheart? There's more where that came from. You coming with me now?
FiFi. Hey, Rick. I guess you got your answer. Sorry. Hey,
Next week, you okay, baby? You gotta understand things like that happen. Next week, we go again. A Flair for you okay, honey, huh? You all right? Next week, we go again. I know what your deal is. You're a gold digger, and Flair has a belt. Well, when Mr. 10-time champion comes to, you let him know that next time his belt's going with me, and you're going with me too, woman, and you're gonna learn to love it.
I have an important question before we dissect this. Harper, what the piss is Rick Rude wearing?
Oh, I thought it was what do you call it that they used to wear? The Zubas or whatever?
No.
That's what I thought it was at first, but it's not.
No, because he's got like the matching shirt for whatever those pants are. Or
It's
top.
like some sort of workout set, but leisure's
something.
And a fanny pack.
I mean, look at him right there. What the hell is happening?
He ought to be ashamed of himself.
That's right.
He wasn't dead.
Doc, what did you think
First,
about?
I thought he was looking at the title.
Yeah, but
Well,
what'd you think about all those rapey vibes?
Yeah, that was real. Hey, I know you want me.
And how do you like Flair? Like, I'm not mad that you're hitting on my woman, but she did tell you no.
Right. And then he tells her, hey, sometimes these things happen. What are you going to do? You know?
It's not funny.
Oh,
We shouldn't be laughing.
that's right. AI.
That makes us part of the problem, too.
I didn't realize how much taller Rude is than Flair.
He is tall.
Yeah.
Do we need to be doing this?
No.
No.
It's
because
it's
they gotta work something to get them feuding.
Yeah, it's
How about it's just you
setting
have
up,
the belt and I want it?
Right.
it's setting up that
He
match.
wants
That's all.
FiFi.
Yeah.
It was
FiFi's
very
not that great anyway.
It was very
Come
so
on.
it was a little bit different, but it was kind of like when Magnum grabbed Baby Doll. But Magnum was the baby face. At least Rude's the heel here, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, they really had it backwards in '85.
No.
Man.
Hey, look how far we've come in 8 years.
Right. Not at least it's the heel doing these heinous acts and not the baby face. Anyway. Yeah, this was something.
It was gross.
Yeah. This is wrong.
What did he tell her?
Yeah.
You're gonna want me and you're gonna like it or something at the end of it.
You want me when I want you?
No, at the very end, I'm gonna
Oh.
take you. It was very stern, man. But you know, the
Stern.
thing was like Flair just wasn't upset. I mean, you know, that's his. I mean, I know it's supposed to. I don't know what you call FiFi. I mean, she's a maid. She's got a maid's outfit on, but she's obviously a part of his quote unquote act right now. And
She's the one that changed his diapers when he was in the hospital.
And for
true.
Rude to just be like completely, he's not only disrespecting her, he's disrespecting Flair, and I don't know, man.
And Flair doesn't seem to understand that he's being disrespected.
Right. That's what I was trying to get to. Flair just doesn't care. He's like,
Hey,
oh,
man,
you
we can
know.
party later, man. Come on, let's talk about wrestling first.
Right.
Yeah, come on, bro.
He grabs her and kisses her, and Flair's just like, whoa, bro, what are you doing? I mean, it's like he's not even upset, which was weird. Anyway, but that was just odd.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, Doc?
That's not going to age well.
Right. Can't wait for us
Or
to
it
get
didn't.
messages from the AI and overlords and saying how we didn't treat
Yeah,
it
we
seriously.
strongly condemn this thing that happened 32 years ago, and we're not down with it. And there you go.
So we'll keep it moving. We go to Charlie Norris versus Max Payne. I don't I don't think Harper was here for Charlie Norris's debut.
Let's go back to the rape.
Huh?
Okay, that's not funny. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. You can't say that on YouTube, I don't think.
I think he's an idiot for even saying it, trying to make a joke out of it. And he knows it. That's why he's being silent.
No, the previous segment was better than this stupid match. That's all.
Okay, well, you used the R word, and that was inappropriate.
Oh, you know what's real appropriate? Indian.
Okay.
Look at this guy. Looks like a Washington Redskins mascot.
Okay.
What is happening?
I don't know. Charlie Norris, which the Native American gimmick back then was still a thing, is taking on Max Payne. Charlie Norris, we saw him debut last week, Doc. He's taking on Max Payne. This match got the fast forward because I went straight to the finish. But what do you have before I do that?
Oh boy, I had 3 notes. Oh boy, sarcastically.
Mm-hmm.
Zzz, as in.
Yeah, dude, that's it. Dude, that's a gimmick at this time, but you can't do that anymore. I mean, it's just it's very dated.
And then my last note was why.
I mean, in 1993, I got it, but I didn't like the match still because of it. I didn't like the look, man. Harper's got that old saying.
If he's a real fucking Indian, then yeah.
Whoa.
I guess you could.
Whoa.
What?
It was very stereotypical, the way the Native American gimmicks were back then.
Yeah,
I mean, look when they do the stomp. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
he does the little war dance, and he's, you know.
I'm not sure you can say that either.
Well, I mean, that's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing. He's not saying anything derogatory.
He's not doing what was that? The margarita or whatever that dance was. Hey, margarita.
The Macarena.
What?
He said, Harper said he's not doing the Macarena.
What the fuck?
Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Hey, margarita.
Sure.
Okay. The finish of this match. Norris hits Payne with a couple of chops. Max Payne leaves the ring and walks to the back and is counted out. That was the finish.
Man, why?
That was the finish.
What are we going to do for a finish? Oh, I got something. Just walk to the back.
I was like, okay, next.
Yeah.
And that was that.
That was that, all right.
We continue, and we go to the Fall Brawl Control Center with Chris Cruz. Fall Brawl is the next pay-per-view coming up within the next month. The big news from this update was Roma and Arn will battle the Nasty Boys, who have actually done several tapings for Worldwide by this point, although we haven't seen them on the main show, the Saturday night show. And after the Flair for the Gold match, Flair will put his NWA title on the line against Rick Rude, or after the Flair for the Gold segment that we just saw, Flair and Rude will go at it for the title. There's also a promo with Harley talking about the match with Cactus versus Yoshi Kwan in this quick segment. Doc, did you have anything from it?
At some point, don't they need to tell us why Cactus gives a shit about this pouch?
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
I think we were supposed to have known that from May when he got injured. Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. There was no connection to why we should care about Cactus caring about the pouch.
I mean, I'm not saying that you have to prove what's in it. You can lie about that, but I need to know why it's important.
Yeah.
Why is this important?
I agree.
It does look very kind of Native American-ish, doesn't it?
It does.
Maybe Charlie Norris made it for him at Arts and Crafts time.
Or, as Doc says, Indian.
I don't say that.
You say that, Harper.
No, you say it.
Well,
See,
and then-
now you're just trying to get everybody else in trouble with you. So when you come to class and you're not prepared, that's okay. But you don't need to get everybody else in the class in trouble.
Oh boy, Shockmaster.
we will have war games at Fall Brawl. Shockmaster, Davey Boy, Sting, Dustin Rhodes versus Harlem Heat, Vader, and Sid Vicious. So
that sounds awful.
It's
this looks so bad. I love how they got Shockmaster. They just kind of threw that helmet up there.
Oh, that was.
I like how we haven't seen him since the pay-per-view because we're still deciding, can we move forward with this?
Because he probably got sheetrock in his eyes or something. Sting, Sid Vicious, and what a piece of me.
Oh, Harper, your Shockmaster voice and Scorpion voice is over on the Patreon page.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
What
God.
a piece of me, Sid. Take me by. He fucking fell. There, Sid. A piece of me.
He busted his fucking arse. He fell on his. What did Booker say? What did Booker say, Harper?
Who's this motherfucker?
Yeah, one of them said that. Yeah. Who's this motherfucker?
That was the best part of that.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
I listened. I know you're going to tell me to pause it here, so I'm pausing it. I listened to that back. I went back and I listened to the network version of it to listen to Booker or Stevie, whichever one said it. That was one of the best parts of it that I had never noticed. That was hilarious. Yeah. Who's this motherfucker?
All right. So we're back to the one girl, Mandy. Now we got a couple of other girls. Now, I'm not so sure that the girl on the right, how old she is. I think the girl on the left is of age. So what's her name?
Linda.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the girl on her right looks like, yeah, dude, that's still like 1992, 93. With that like Reba McEntire fucking like Cocker Spaniel hair.
Cocker Spaniel hair?
Like a poodle or something, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I know what I got what you mean.
But that one that's in the middle.
She just wore her undergarments to the show.
Thanks for pausing it, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to mute y'all for a second.
You don't have to. You can keep going.
All right. All right,
just,
Kevin Sullivan.
It's just kid stuff.
Yeah. So, like, the wrestlers were talking about her in the back, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was probably... You think there's somebody's girlfriends?
It's a wrestling event. There's no... look, nothing would surprise me.
God, there's some other young girls.
They look too young, especially the one on the left.
Come on, Harper. We're not doing that.
No, like I'm saying, like they got a lot of attractive women here.
Whoa. No reason to be Rick Rude here.
They look too young. They
Yeah,
look
we don't
younger.
Right, but I'm saying they must have had something going on in Orlando.
This is in Atlanta at Center Stage.
Oh, it's in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're not. Okay, so just so we know, Center Stage is still having most of the Saturday nights right now.
Okay.
Worldwide,
So
Main Event, Pro are doing a lot of Disney.
They must have had something. You see what I'm saying? They got some young girls there.
Yeah,
Whoa,
they
stop
were
saying
very,
young girls.
They were very
I mean,
young.
you know what I mean?
They definitely were very young, like underage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They must have had something going on. I don't know, like a field trip or something.
Harper, there's kids at all of them.
Yeah, but those are young, like teenage girls. Why the fuck would they be at this?
Because there's wrestlers there.
I mean, back in the day,
Maybe they heard Trickster was going to be there.
Teenage girls used to go to wrestling.
Yeah, it's a shocking concept in 2025.
I know it's the weirdest thing now to say, and people think you're being weird when you say it, but there was a time when young teenage girls actually went to professional wrestling, those that weren't of age. Now, there were those that were of age, obviously, but if you remember when the Rock and Roll Express did that contest, they literally had like 3 age groups. One was like from 7 to 10, and then there was like 11 to 16, and then there was like 18 and above.
Oh my God! Imagine you having your child. Here, leave.
Dude, they did a contest in Mid-South for it was called the Dream Date. There's footage of it on the network of Ricky and Robert.
Like this, whatever y'all's. I mean, you got a teenage daughter, Mike. Like whatever a rap star, a pop star she's into, would you let her fucking go out with that motherfucker?
I'm not gonna say what I want to say right now because I'm being recorded.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that one.
Yeah.
But yes,
Dad,
I
he's
hear
not
you.
a bad guy. It's all, as you say, a gimmick.
It's all, as you say, a gimmick. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good one, Harper. All right. Moving right along, we got Brad Armstrong taking on Lord Steven Regal. Very, very technical match, Doc. Very, very technical. They go for a while. Regal's got some big time punches. He does that European uppercut. They are putting in some work here on Saturday night in this lengthy match, Doc. What do you have from it, if anything?
I thought Jesse did a great job setting this up, because he was talking about how Regal is. He said these two are two of the best scientific wrestlers in the world today. No lies detected. Do you have 47 minutes for me?
So when you say that, do you want audio?
No.
All right.
It's a nice move.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, he was on Regal's shoulders and he's got his arm hooked and he pulls him over with him. It was good.
These two were putting in the work.
Oh,
they really were.
They were going at it, man. It was. They didn't nail it in, dude.
52-10. Oh, we're back.
Are you serious? Are you back? Do you want me to freeze it on that again?
Go back.
Harper.
Man,
what?
She looks better in that angle.
Yeah. Everything about her just screams cigarettes, beer,
gangbang,
sports car.
Doc,
I mean, everything you would want, like as a teenager back then.
Gangbang.
That's what I 100% Doc's type.
Oh yeah, she got the little choke collar thing on.
What are you saying? Wait, go back.
He gets, see how he gets it. I love how every time y'all see a sister in the crowd, y'all always like, there you go, Mike. There you go. Y'all all on it. Y'all don't shut the piss up. Oh, there you go. There you go, Mike.
Dude, she's hot, bro.
I say one thing. I go, that's Doc's type. She looks like she's got red hair.
I don't like red hair.
She looks like Doc's type. It's like a dark red. It's not like that, carrot top orange red. She looks like Doc's type. And the first thing he says, he gets all in his feelings. He's over there triggered. What's that supposed to mean?
I just would like to know how you have figured out what my type is.
Look at her right there. That's your type.
A woman that wears a sports bra to the wrestling matches.
Okay, let's start for number one. Not a sister. There you go. We've already got 50% right there. We're already going in that direction because we all know you don't like the sisters.
I like the sisters. I don't like the sisters.
Okay, here we go.
What's that mean?
Right. What's that? Go ahead, Harper. Grill them.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't dislike them as people. And just, prefer the Coyotes and the Crackers.
That's nice.
Cleaning it up. She's trying to backtrack.
Not backtracking at all.
All right.
Just because I don't like the sisters doesn't mean I couldn't do well with the sisters.
Sure. All right.
You ain't the only one that could do that.
Anything before I go to the finish?
Man, I thought for a long stretches of this match, the crowd was quiet. And I was like, man, y'all need to appreciate what you're seeing here.
Well, Brad hits a drop kick, and then he goes for a second one and misses it. And then Brad goes for a roll-up, but Regal rolls through and grabs Brad's tights, and Regal ends up winning by pin. 1, 2, 3. Regal wins.
This is a good match.
It was real good. It was very technical. Two guys who know what the hell they're doing. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're into the era where it's just Brad Armstrong, Saturday night, maybe getting a win here and there, but also doing a little job here and there too, which I'm sure he didn't mind because he was getting paid. All right, Doc. We then go to a Sting promo. Sting is amped up. It looks like Flair is too injured to appear with Sting tonight, so it'll be Davey Boy and Sting versus Harlem Heat in the main event. It's really weird that he's in the back and like got this earpiece in and he's screaming and amped. I don't have anything from it. It was kind of meat and potatoes, but he's just screaming. Your thoughts?
That was my whole thing, is like he acts like this just happened, but the Flair for the gold happened at a different event. That was kind of my point.
Yeah. It was kind of disjointed, the best way I'd describe it. Okay.
That was my question. I didn't know if I had, watched it wrong, written it down wrong. I'm not exactly sober when I watch these. So, there you go.
What makes it weird is, I don't know, like you said, that was something that was taped many weeks ago. Now, I guess the people don't realize it was taped many weeks ago that are there watching it, but still it was taped. So,
but he told them that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It was taped many weeks ago. It just, I don't know, it had a weird vibe to it. I can't describe it other than that. All right, Doc, we keep moving. I mean, I got to go back some actually. Well, do you have anything from the Dustin Rhodes promo? It was pretty meat and potatoes. They keep showing these girls, man. What is up with that?
I know, that's what I'm saying, right?
Did you have anything from the Dusty promo? Dusty is talking about the opportunity knocking here for Dustin to beat Rude, and Dusty says, let's go get down and dirty and get into it.
He sounded like a Southern version of Bill Watts. He was explaining the match, and we got to get it on. We're going to strap it up.
Very well stated, because that's what he said at the end of it. Let's get down and dirty and get to it. And they went and got to it. So from there, we go to Dustin versus Rick Rude. Now, we are told this is the first match in the best of 3 matches. So it's not 2 out of 3 falls today. We're just told that they're going to have 3 matches, and this is the first one that they'll have against each other. What is that in the top right?
Wait, go back.
There she is again.
Oh, that's an old lady? What is that?
What the hell? Is that a Muppet?
Bro, she looks like the monster from, remember that movie House? That old horror movie?
No.
She was like the
oh, shoot. Hold on.
Female monster when he fucking chops her head off with the hedge clippers.
That's nice.
Grow up, Harper.
Come on. We're trying to talk about wrestling here, and you're talking about some movie nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah, dude, you ain't ever seen House?
I don't think
never
I've
even
seen that
heard
one.
of it.
Come on, dude.
Come on, man. We're trying to be serious and talk about 32-year-old wrestling.
I mean, what is that?
Fraggle Rock?
Dude, watch. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all are like, oh my gosh, it looks just like that.
I can't tell if that's a dude or a woman. Or
Come on, it doesn't matter.
Grandma.
Okay.
What does it matter?
It doesn't. I'm just trying to be descriptive.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a man, a woman, or an it. I'm just trying to describe it.
Why are Harper and I looking at the young, hot ladies?
Y'all are being as bad as Rick Rude tonight. Just putting it out there.
No, we're not. We're making sure that everybody is got their IDs out.
Those girls are very young.
No.
Oh my God!
No.
I just realized what Harper's talking about. Look at Doc's wife on camera here on this episode. Watch when they go to the wide shot.
She's all over the place.
You see her in the back over there? She's dancing.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not miss her?
All right, okay, Harper. She's not a coyote. I figured you'd miss her.
Dude, I want to find out who that broad is.
Okay.
See where she is now.
Okay, well, she's probably about 25 to 30 right there. So that wouldn't make her much older than you.
60.
Yeah, come on. They got some hot 60-year-olds.
Right.
Where?
On TV.
Selma Hayek doesn't count.
On like TV.
Yeah, like on the news.
Come on.
Right. There's this news person that comes on TV in New Orleans. Harper is constantly messaging me about her. Constantly. He's like, bruh, that broad's fine, bruh. She fine, bro.
They really stepped that shit up, huh? Every channel, they got some hotties on that, bro. They always get the young little cute blonde that's in her, I guess, her mid-late 20s. It's always like the little hot little meteorologist chick. That's like 25, 26. I thought you had to go to school for a good while to be a meteorologist, but those girls, I didn't realize how young those girls are.
Are you sure they're a meteorologist or are they just a weather girl? Because there's a difference.
No, they don't have those anymore.
Shit.
No, they don't, right, Mike?
All I'm hearing from this discussion is Harper's a creep of an old man.
Real.
He's watching the news.
He's going to get busted by Lady Harper for beating off during the weather.
Oh, it's raining.
It's a flash flood watch.
Jesus. Oh my God. There went the new listener of the week if they made it this far.
Fuck them and everybody that looks like them.
That's nice. What's that mean?
Doc, let's they put in some work here, man. They put their working boots on, these two, Rude and Rhodes.
Jesse says at the beginning that all Texans are full of bull. And he keeps calling us Texicans.
Yeah, he that's his, I don't know what, he always says that. The Texicans. If it's Texan Shanghai wrestling match, he says it Dustin, Texican. Yeah, that's his like.
Is that a term though, right?
Not really.
I've not really heard it until this. I've never heard anybody else say it either.
Only way I've ever heard it is like in the same vein of like Spanglish. And like some people talk like in the youth soccer world, you know, I know people that they'll be on the phone with somebody and they'll go back and forth between the two languages, and it's really something to listen to be honest, because it's like, dude, I can't speak one language.
Doc,
shit.
Look what Harper just sent us.
What? I didn't see. What the fuck?
That's that broad.
He's trying. No. That's who he was saying that woman looked like in the top right corner.
No.
Boy, that's mean, ain't it?
It sure is. That was somebody's grandmama.
Jesus, Harper.
Can't believe y'all never seen House. They made 2 of them.
Yeah, this is from 1985.
Yeah.
It's a comedy horror movie. That's a bad idea. It's got Norm from Cheers in it.
Right. He's
and
the neighbor.
Bull from Night Court.
Right. That's his buddy that he went to Nam with.
Oh.
All right.
This shit did 22 million at the box office, Mike.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how y'all never. I know y'all seen House. I probably just don't remember it.
I don't know. Doc ain't seen.
Why is Harper trying to mind rape us with this movie?
Okay,
you know you've seen it. You know you want it.
This has got to be somebody's girlfriend, because the cameraman keeps coming back to this same shot. This is someone. There's something going on here when they keep showing this lady with the white top.
You think that guy with the glasses probably works for CNN or something, huh?
So probably, but they keep showing this woman that tells me, because they've done this before where they keep showing somebody in the crowd, and there's always a reason why. We just don't know why. So she's either attached to one of these wrestlers, attached to somebody involved with the promotion. And that's why they keep putting her on camera.
Maybe that's, Tom Glavine's girlfriend from the Braves.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, Doc, can we get back to Dustin versus Rick Rude?
Yeah. 1:15:01. This is a real problem right here.
Are we looking for audio?
He's too hurt to dick dance.
Oh, man, that's a problem.
I know.
He went to swivel them hips and his back locked up like ours lock up sometimes.
Man, I mean, somebody stop the damn match.
Yeah, we can't have this. An injured Rick Rude who can't dick dance is a problem.
So that gets us back to the central arc of this match, which is Dustin's been working on that shoulder, and Rick Rude is just in a tremendous amount of pain. So much so that he can't give that one girl up in the crowd the thrill of her life, which is some good, wholesome dick dancing.
Okay. Any other thoughts from it, Doc? I tell you, one thing about these 2-hour episodes, they give them time to work.
1:26:25.
120. Audio or no?
I don't think so.
When he gives him a wedgie?
He got him a wedgie, and then he starts pulling his hair on the other end.
Rick Rude's got Dustin in an abdominal stretch, and he's kind of giving him a halfway wedgie, I guess. That was mean.
It was mean.
Grow up.
Man, Rick Rude is trying to rape people and wedgie people and dick dance and a lot of action going on here tonight.
Well, we're going to work towards a finish now, Doc. So Dustin's going to hit a bulldog, but Rude gets his foot on the ropes. And then Rude ends up putting Dustin in a sleeper. And then Dustin breaks it. Dustin then gets Rude in a sleeper, but Rude flies backwards and lands on Dustin. And he pins Dustin that way when he flies backwards and lands on him. The thing that got me about this was the crowd was quieter. They were pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know if, this is the first half. So I don't know. It's not like they're seeing a ton of wrestling, but yeah, they were pretty quiet for this thing. What did you think?
I agree, and I said that earlier about during the Regal and Armstrong match. Certainly, this is a bigger profile match than that one. But yeah, these two worked their asses off. They told a good story, and I like the fact that it was a clean pin. Fuck it, let's just have somebody beat somebody.
It's a good point. Because nobody's hurt, and remember, it's they're supposed to have 3 matches. And even when Rude pins him, he's knocked out. He's not. It's not like he escaped more than anything.
So he got an advantage, but it's not like you could say, well, he's clearly got this in the bag for next week too.
Yeah, good point. All right. Anything?
Therefore, we better tune in to make sure that this happens. What are we going to do next week? Shit, we better tune in and watch.
Let's go now to Rick Rude's promo after the match. Here it is.
Let's bring Ravishing Rick Rude over. He has a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 for the U.S. title. I got to give you credit, both of you credit. That was one tremendous matchup for the U.S. title, and you have the advantage.
What it amounts to is Dustin's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel. 1 more loss, Rhodes, and you'll be sitting at home in the easy chair with the BB clicker watching the new United States champion challenge the greatest of all time, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. 10 times world champion. A legend, no doubt. But Ric Flair, like you say, to beat a man, you've got to beat the man. And to beat the man, you've got to meet the man. So Flair, when we stand face to face in the middle of the ring, I want you mad as hell. Because one thing means more to me than winning that world title, and that's gaining the knowledge inside your head. Ric Flair, I'm gonna make you dig into your tricks one time after another, until your bag is empty and my brain is full. And then, woo, I'll be the man.
Ravishing Rick Rude away.
I don't know why, but I love that old saying, 1 foot in the grave and one on a banana peel.
Yeah.
I know it's stupid and it's old, but yeah, it's pretty good. Just my thoughts. Doc, yours?
He's got everything going his way right now.
He does. Any thoughts, Harper?
He should go up in the crowd and give that girl a kiss.
Okay. Oh,
Ice
boy.
Train.
Yeah, Harper,
Choo-choo.
you've missed it. When did he debut, Doc? It's been about 3 weeks ago now, right?
Choo choo.
So Doc and I have figured out.
Choo.
You know how Thunderbolt Patterson's promos, Harper, are like really bad?
Yeah.
Well,
Turns out all he needed was Ice Train.
it turns out all he needed was Ice Train, because we've heard like now this will be the third one this week in a second that we'll hear. But he actually cuts a decent promo when he's not talking about himself, which is really interesting. What?
Imagine one of those shows like Tough Enough or something. And they're like, you actually cut a decent promo when you're not talking about yourself.
I mean, it's true.
It's stupid, but true.
Yeah, it is. Anyway,
What the fuck is that guy wearing?
that's one of the champ
Look at this
friends.
fella.
God, that's his. The fuck! I thought I was wearing like a backwards jacket or something.
Look at
His
this.
skin.
Look at this fella.
Jesus Christ!
How would you describe him, Harper?
Harper, I think Luke and Bob Starr know each other. It's Ice Train versus Bob Starr. I think the champ and Bob Starr are friends. So go ahead, talk about your buddy's buddy.
Remember that kid from Terminator 2 with the mullet? That was his buddy.
Sure.
That's him growing up.
But how would you describe him to the people that aren't watching the video?
Man. Oh, God, dude. Hang out in front of a gas station. Smoking a cigarette.
What kind of cigarettes?
What color
Harper?
is his? What color is his hair?
Red. Fire red.
Okay. What color is his skin?
White as fuck. Like fucking loose leaf paper. God, I could just picture that guy walking out the Tom Saver. He's got a fresh pack of smokes and he's packing them, getting into his like 78 Thunderbird. And he's got the beer and the brown paper bag sitting in the fucking the fucking cup holder. Those like plastic things you'll put like in the middle. Man,
This guy has a look.
When he walked, when he walked out of the convenience store, he's got the pack of smokes and he's packing them. But the first person he walks past, hey, you got a light?
Hey, I got a light. Hey, I got the winner ticket right here. Hey, just got a lotto ticket. Man.
Bob Starr is his name. Ice Train hits him with the power slam, wins very, very quickly as he's been doing lately, because that's what he does. Doc, any thoughts before we go to Ice Train and Thunderbolt Patterson cutting a promo?
We need to find out more about Bob Starr's relationship with the champ.
I swear to God, I was talking to him one time and I thought he mentioned Bob Starr to me for something. It's been 15 years ago, but I could swear he said his name.
Okay.
Anyway.
Man.
All right. Let's go to Ice Train and Thunderbolt now. They're ringside with Tony Schiavone.
Wins continue in very impressive fashion for your man, Bolt.
Yeah, well, you know, Train and myself, we want to thank WCW for giving us the opportunity. All we want is for any of the wrestlers to sign their name on the line, because Train says he wants to learn. and I want to show him. So we're interested in two things. Show me, baby. We're interested in whooping some of those wrestlers, and I want everybody out there to call somebody. Call your aunts, your uncles, your cousin, and your grandpeople, because we are interested in numbers. We want to see you now.
The train is loaded.
The train is loaded. I'm on the fast tracks at WCW. A lot of competition around here. I want the train, and all the train got to say is, choo-choo!
Fans, we'll be back with big tag action. All right.
A lot of competition around here. I want the train, and all the train got to say is, choo-choo!
Fans, we'll be back with big tag action.
I love it. I love Ice Train. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
That
right here
one,
when he was with Scott Norton.
Yeah.
that one was not a good Bolt promo, but Doc, am I lying? The first few that he had with Train were much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
But good. Like I'm quick to not like Thunderbolt, but he was good a while back there, just not as good today. And I don't think they need to make Train seem like Eugene, so I'm not sure
That's
what that's
nice. What's that mean?
He doesn't,
You know
he's
exactly
not
what that
like
means.
Eugene. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
You know what I'm saying.
No,
Doc
we
said
don't.
He's like Cuba Gooding Jr. in that radio movie.
What?
That's what he's trying to say, Mike.
Y'all
That is what I'm trying to say.
going to hell.
That ain't y'all. That's him.
That's him.
Y'all
That's you.
going to hell.
Why do you say he sounds special needs?
Because all he can say is choo choo.
Oh, well,
He's like a special needs person that likes trains or something. And ice.
That's not even funny.
something.
he likes Coors Light,
Yeah.
the silver bullet.
And big titty whores.
That's nice.
Okay. We go to Sting and Davey Boy versus Harlem Heat. I'd say they being Harlem Heat must be looked at very favorably already by the office, because they're in the main event on Saturday night. This is the second show since they've debuted on Saturday night. Now, they were on Worldwide before, but I'd say the office is really likes them to put them in the main against these two. Thoughts, Doc?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, shit, dude, they are huge.
Yeah, they're two big guys.
So last week,
Did they ever play college football?
I think Jail was more
Oh,
for Booker T.
yeah, that's a shoot. If you ever watches the A&E special,
because they look like they definitely could have played college football.
Harper, they were standing next to Sid. They did a 6-man with Sid last week.
Yeah. Mhm.
And well, no, that's right. You saw them at the Clash, but they were on Saturday night last week, and they were standing next to Sid. And Doc was like, "Dude, look how tall they are." And I mean, I was telling Doc, when they've been at Wildcat, I was there when Stevie was there. Booker was just doing an appearance at one of the Wildcats I was at. I mean, Booker's the shorter one, and he's freaking tall.
Yeah.
So I mean, they are intimidating in size. They stand taller than what they actually are listed as. Let me put it like that. I mean, Sting's a big dude, and both of them are taller than Sting.
The other thing is that they don't, for being somewhat green still, they have a presence they look like they belong here.
Yeah.
That was my thing watching this. I always thought Booker was the better wrestler. And when you watch him, to me, even though he's like not been wrestling for long at all, to me, he's like super smooth. Like everything he does just looks like he doesn't look like he's rushing. He's going at the pace he's supposed to go.
Well, he's black. How many black Russians do you know?
You know what? You're an
Come on.
asshole.
Like
Right.
the drink.
But like, I mean, everything they both do, they look like dudes who've been doing this for a long time. And that's the thing. It's not like they weren't in the Mid-South territory working 7 days a week, twice on Sunday before they came here.
Correct.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Global was doing a lot of tapings. I'm not saying that they weren't working at all. It's not like they were working one night a week, but they weren't. They 2 years of work for them is not the same as 2 years in 1982 Mid-South. Is my point.
Sure.
There you go. That sure shit.
No, I mean, not like sure for Harper, sure for you.
Yeah.
That's a different sure.
Gotcha. All right. On to the match, Doc. Anything from it?
Can I get my first note was we need to already get the promotion machine behind Harlem Heat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, they're like giants in there.
I mean, this is what my note, and maybe I've already watched next week's, and spoiler alert for all you snowflakes out there, Harper ain't going to be there next week because we're doing it without him. So just buckle up. Sorry. We want you for the pay-per-view, bro.
Oh, okay. You're saving me.
That's right.
For the postseason.
Okay. Mike and I just have to get us into the.
We're load management.
That's right. We're doing load management. That's what he was doing when he was watching the weather.
He was managing his load.
Okay. Anyway.
What were we talking about before we got to this point?
Harlem Heat is everything that they wanted the Awesome Kongs to be, but weren't.
I don't think they wanted I don't think they wanted the Kongs to be what.
Yeah. I think they're there to just do their part. And okay.
Here's why I say that.
We'll call you.
If you look how they treated them, which they didn't treat them bad at first. I mean, they were squashing people, still are. Versus how they treat Booker and Stevie, I don't think that's true. But the Kongs got the job because of Harlem Heat. That's the story. Like they were Harlem Heat's tryout match, according to Scott Thompson, one of the members, the Awesome Kong that's still alive. They went there together, so they ended up getting a job. But I don't think they. I think they knew what they knew what they had with them. They had to look how quick this is.
I'm ready, and I know we're a couple years up. I'm ready for the Steiners to get back and have those four get at it.
Oh yeah, dude, that was good shit, man.
I like Booker and Stevie telling the story about them versus the Steiners at Sturgis.
Oh
my God, bro! You couldn't pay me to go to fucking Sturgis or whatever.
Where?
Fucking called.
Where are we going?
Sturgis.
Oh yeah, Sturgis. Okay.
You couldn't pay me to go to. That sounds like hell.
Why?
Imagine being around all those assholes, a bunch of Kid Rock dipshits, and fucking revving up their engines, and God, imagine going there now. What it must look. I mean, y'all know what it must look. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to go to Sturgis or on a fucking cruise or go to Las Vegas. 3 places I would not want to fucking go.
Nothing wrong with a cruise. You can stay away from a crowd if you really want to, just so you know.
No, you can't, because you're just stuck on a boat with these motherfuckers.
Trust me, you can get away if you want to.
But I shouldn't have to get away, Michael.
I mean, actually, to me, that's the best part about it. Go to the adults only section. There's no kids up there. It's not packed. It's great. You can sit there, drink all day, lounge, drink, and as much as you drink.
Sitting here
in your living room watching Me Tunes. Okay, that's not. I would. That doesn't sound like fun for me, but okay.
Sounds like fun for me. What time should I be over?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Let me call into work and get on down there. That sounds. Fuck you, Mike. Fucking. That doesn't sound like fun. We should hang out more often.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
You hear 4 o'clock. That's when Super Friends comes on.
Okay.
So, yeah, Booker and Stevie and Sturgis and the Steiners. That was something. Anyway, Doc.
I can see like back in the 90s, it may have been cool, but now it's a bunch of old fuck, bro.
Bet it wasn't cool for Stevie and Booker T.
Oh, hell no, bro.
Well, that's where I was going with what I was about to say is I think it was Booker. Booker tells the story on the A&E documentary when they did the superstar thing on him, and yeah, he talked about that, how he's like, man, he's like,
you know how much backup you've got to know that you have?
He's like, we're the only two black people.
You got to have a lot of backup
here
to talk to those two dudes that way.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. And I know people go, oh, no, they knew nothing was going to happen. Bullshit, pal. Like, they're
bunch of drunk assholes on a Harleys.
Right.
And they're surrounded by all these assholes, so they got, like, extra courage.
Right.
Extra courage.
And then
the same shit they wouldn't say to them, you know, if they saw him walking down the street.
Right. Notice I didn't say sure.
Sure.
I said
no,
right.
because he's shooting straight.
Yeah,
here.
this is a shoot right here, brother. But yeah, I mean, just the thought of those two wrestling. It was the Steiners, I believe, they were wrestling anyway. And of course, they went there and they did their job well and pissed off the natives. But back to the match, Doc. Let's.
The other thing here is just, man, Davey's been a disappointment here.
Yeah, no, huh?
Well, he ain't got that much.
I mean,
longer.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm spoiling stuff. He ain't gonna be here forever. I mean,
well, okay.
Think he's gone by the end of the year.
I remember because him and Luger former tag team, the Alliance or what have you, the Allied Powers or something in a WWF.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, Doc. I don't disagree with you there. I don't know if he's been disappointing or if the booking of him has been disappointing.
Right.
Either way.
And then I believe the plan too was, well, not related to Davey, but there's stuff that's going to break down towards the end of this year because of some extenuating circumstances outside of the ring.
I believe the term is called stabbing.
Well, yeah, I mean, because like, you know, this is not spoiling anything for anybody, but Sid was supposed to battle, I believe, Vader for the world title at Starrcade, and that ain't happening.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, whoops.
Can you go to 150-52?
Jesus, you got me going far back. What am I looking for? Audio or what?
I just said this looks painful.
Yeah, that's a good move.
God dang, because he stands on him here in a second.
Right, he jumps on his arm. He's got his arm like.
Fuck that.
Oh, fuck that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There feels like too many things that might go wrong with that.
You sold the piss out of it, I'll tell you that much. Man,
all right, well, take us to the finish.
Well, I was there, and then you had me go back. Anyway.
Well, but we needed to see that. We to do a complete, thorough analysis.
All right, so we get a Stinger splash on Booker, and then Sting puts the Scorpion Deathlock on Booker, and then Stevie and Davey are on the outside. Sid comes out. He's going to nail Sting and then choke slam Sting, and they team up on Sting. So we get a DQ. Flair does hit the ring with a 2x4, chasing the heels off. But the faces were about to win until that went down, and that was the finish. So Harlem Heat stays strong. They ain't beating them. I mean, it was a DQ, but they ain't take a pin, and that's Sting and Davey. And Sting and Davey, you know, they were main eventing with Sid and Vader, so
they had to tussle with them.
Yeah, long competitive match, and that was that. Any other thoughts, Doc?
Flair out with the 2x4.
Yeah, Flair comes out with the 2x4. He's causing havoc. So he was fine.
Stay away from my daughters.
He didn't. Whoa.
Don't he look like that? Like the rich white guy?
Mike.
Oh my God, Harper. This has been a hell of a night, I tell you.
Mike.
Oh man, don't mic me.
Mike.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Flair didn't get that mad when Rude took a run at FiFi.
Right.
That's
Right.
true, right?
Exactly.
Oh, it's okay, Fifi. Sometimes these things happen.
She doesn't understand this rough talk.
In the words
Yeah,
of
she doesn't understand.
in the words of Lady Harper, exactly. When Harper's working her into a shoot.
Reaganomics.
Exactly. That's what she did. Harper knows how to push her buttons. All right. There is a promo at the end. It gets cut off. Sid and Harlem Heat will battle Davey, Sting, and Flair next week on Saturday night. After what we just saw is basically the gist of the promo. So, Doc, I don't have anything else. Did you have anything before we rate it, hand out the toot toot, and all that good stuff?
No, but I like the fact that they've got somebody for Sting and Davey to mess with here, because it frees Vader up. Because Vader's the champ. He needs to be freed up. And Harlem Heat, as we just saw, is more than up to the task.
Yeah, dude, they look great, man.
They do.
They are.
I can tell you right now that they're going to be in that group of people that getting to see it from the beginning, I'm going to look more favorably upon them than when I just like wandered back into wrestling and like, so what's up after several years? They're going to have a more positive impression. Maybe that's a top 5 we should do sometime, which is who has aged the best in your mind in the course of doing this show.
I didn't think Harlem Heat wasn't dominant from the time they walked
I never
in.
disliked them at all. I just never appreciated them like I have a feeling I'm about to.
The top 5 list that should be done is who from the start, from the minute you saw them young, and I'm not talking about Flair or somebody like that, who came in, between say 88 to where we are now, and who came in, hit the ground running. And I can name just off the top of my head, the first people I think of are Scott Steiner.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Johnny B. Bad.
What the hell is wrong with you? Scott Steiner, Pillman, Booker, and Stevie are 4 off the top of my head.
A Lasertron.
And if you want to say it, Johnny B. Bad. Sure.
There it is.
Except he's not a brother, even though you are painting him as one.
Right.
I'm not doing that. He does it to himself.
But that's the 5. Like, if you talk about guys who came in from the start, you're like, wait, they got something. And the reason I didn't
Did you say Austin?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I guess you could include him, but I mean, he
might want to include him.
Well, I envision the only reason I don't put him in there is because I know he was already doing really, really solid work with like Chris Adams in Texas. Whereas the other guys, I mean, who was Harlem? I mean, this sounds mean. Never mind. I can't say that because I'm insulting people that they were working with in Global, and that's not right. Like, who was Harlem Heat working with?
One of them was your mentor, right?
I don't think he was there when they started.
Well, that had TV, didn't it?
Global, yes.
Global?
Yeah. ESPN.
Around y'all, Doc, huh?
Yeah, it went on ESPN, Harper.
Oh, was it?
It was on ESPN after school every day, 5 days a week.
From the Global Dome.
From the Global Dome. The Sportatorium. But, I mean,
that's where the Oilers used to play.
Harper, you got to stop.
They had a Buc-ees around back.
Yeah.
They had a Buc-ees off of 35 right there back then. Oh, my God. The amount of people that message me and go, Harper said, is that true? No. Sometimes it is true, and I just go, no. Okay.
No.
Let's rate it, hand out the Toot Toot Award and the Rolex. Before we do so, I want to remind you to become a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. The best way to support the show, the best way to get extra content. When you do that, you'll get not only our Clash of the Champions that we do, all of the pay-per-views that we've done in WCW, all of the JV Goon Squad shows, the World Class shows with Lance and myself, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. There's got to be over 500 plus Patreon exclusive shows now available just for you. All right, Doc, let's rate it, hand out the Rolex. Mike Crockett out there wanted me to start asking Harper to rate it first.
Okay.
Instead of you.
Okay, this was 2 hours long, which is, but you know what?
Completely unacceptable.
Yeah, what is this shit? We getting paid overtime?
Sure.
I'll give this a B.
Doc?
It wasn't bad.
All right. Doc?
How do you grade rape?
Come on. Jesus Christ. You gotta take. God, we're not gonna get this on YouTube, Mike.
He did assault her.
He
assaulted her. I mean, it's plain as day. He assaulted that woman.
Yeah.
I mean, you see
like Rick's like, hey, come on, man. What are you?
Come on, what are we doing, man?
Flair's like, hey, come on, dude. What's happening here? You could do this later. Well, we're talking about wrestling. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Let's talk about wrestling first. Let's talk about Bruno and JYD.
He almost did a Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, what's going on, yo? Jesus. That was assault. That was very inappropriate.
Yeah. Then he kissed her against her will.
All right, Doc. Rating?
But we had some good matches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a B+.
I'm gonna give it a B as well. Which leaves
I like wrestling.
The Toot Toot Award or the Rolex. Harper, who you want to give that to?
I'm giving mine a Harlem Heat.
You're damn right. You see, you was going to get on me about that, Doc, because I gave it to them, and I'm going to keep giving it to them. Who you giving yours to, Doc?
Do you hear that? Do you hear the...
You heard the giggle in his voice?
Yes, the DEI just dripping with DEI.
Got some diversity up in this bitch now. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
We don't have to paint our faces bronze colored like Johnny B. Bad anymore.
Well, he's not painted, for one. He is literally tanned to the gills.
There's only one right answer to this, and it's Rick Rude.
You sexist piece of shit.
Right.
What are you talking about? That he is up 1-0 in a best-of-3 series. He sold the shoulder to prevent the dick dancing. He gave a great promo and just happened to do a little casual sexual assault.
Can't give it to the black guys, huh? I see where it is.
They didn't earn it. They didn't earn it.
Oh, they earned it.
Wow.
They earned it. They earned it. They earned it and then some. Can't wait till they win their first tag world titles. That's all I'm going to say to you. All right.
I don't understand. I don't understand this. I just said I have a feeling that they're going to be one of the few people in this whole thing that I'm going to look back on and go, man.
I understand it. You make constant, ridiculous
whatever
comments.
You're about to say, I don't do anything constant.
You make constant, ridiculous comments, and then you go, I don't understand what this hate's here for.
I don't. I thought we were having a good time talking about wrestling.
I don't know why you're playing with me here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Speaking of playing, do you want to tell the people about how you and I hauled 2,800 pounds of rock this week?
Why don't you tell them?
Mike and I hauled 2,800 pounds of rocks.
For what?
No, see, you got to explain what you're talking about because they're like, what? What does that mean? I got a big dent in my truck bed, too, from one of them boulders.
Why?
I think one of them just rolled or kind of like just fell wrong. And yeah, it's.
Oh, fuck.
Just buff it out.
Buff it out. But go ahead.
You're going to be here for the law dog.
Right. You brought it up. Tell the people what you're talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Well, I found a buried a sidewalk in my backyard last year. Like, and
Covered big grass and everything.
yeah, in fact, Mike wanted to take a picture of where it was so that you could explain why it was there, Harper. But basically, it was around an old shed, and me and Latrell sledgehammered it out, and I carried it around, and Mike brought his jalopy truck over, and we threw the rocks in there and took it to the dump yard. But when we weighed it, we realized that we had moved 2,800 pounds of rocks.
Damn. Y'all too old to be doing that shit.
Nuh-uh. We are strong, young, virile men in the primes of our lives. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I was just glad my back didn't go out.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's what I was worried about that day. I was like, well, let's see if my back makes it today.
Almost a ton and a half.
So
That's
Harper,
crazy.
the whole truck bed
And
was full of these concrete cubes, boulders, whatever you want. Like the whole thing, like up to the bed. Like, it didn't go over the bed. A couple spots it did. It's just completely. I'm watching the tires go down, right? Because it's.
Oh God!
It's almost 3,000 pounds on that bed.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it go down. And I'm like, God, I've never seen that tailgate that low. And I've hauled some stuff in that thing before, but I've never seen the bed that low. So then we're riding there, and I mean, you can feel it, dude. When you hit any kind of bump, I mean, if you've ever moved anything in a truck, you could feel it, right? Once we unload and we're on the way back to the house, he goes, man, the thing even rides different. I was like, you think?
Damn.
But guess what? Get in the car. This son of a bitch puts on Bones, Thugs, and Harmony and makes me listen to that horrible nonsense the entire way there and back.
Boom, boom, boom. Tell me what you gonna do when you ain't gonna run. Judgment come for you. Judgment come for you. Okay, go ahead.
That's all. I just wanted, not just a gimmick.
He was rapping to it. Don't let him fool you. He's like, oh, shit, that's my jam right there.
Mm-hmm.
Should have heard him. He knew.
So,
I mean, what did you want me to put on for you? Some Alanis Morissette or something?
Come on.
Not really. And I don't know how you would come to that conclusion.
Just coming with it. That's all.
Is that the only white person you know?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Well, thanks for coming over. Appreciate the free labor. Sorry about the dent in your truck. Not really. Thanks.
You see how he acts, Harper. All right. Well,
we had fun. We listened to some AI BTT and.
Dude, I wish I had the timestamp for. I wish I had the timestamp for the one where they're talking about him breaking headsets. Because not where the AI voice breaks, but when it.
I like the one where the woman is disgusted at Harper talking about him being coyotes. She goes, I heard it. All right, sure, I heard it.
Hey, Doc, I'm gonna give
you have robot women disgusted with you, Harper.
Oh, poor them.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick taste of it, and then you're gonna have to go to Patreon and hear the rest of it.
All right, that's how we keep this. That's our sales.
Yeah, this is just a quick taste of it. Here it is. Oh shoot, I gotta share. Hold on, that way y'all can hear it too.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're going behind the scenes of pro wrestling podcasts today, specifically Booking the Territory, a show that's known for its how do we say this, colorful personalities and no holds barred commentary.
It really is a fascinating case study. I mean, how a podcast can build such a dedicated fan community by blurring the lines between performance and reality. And the stuff you've provided, this transcript from one of their YouTube videos and all this listener commentary, it's like a gold mine of insights.
Yeah, absolutely. And this particular episode is from a Patreon live stream, so you know they are really letting loose. And it all starts with this running joke about one of the co-hosts, Hardbody Harper, and his tendency to break headsets.
Which his co-host, Doc, seems to be footing the bill for.
Yeah.
But this isn't just, equipment malfunction. The other co-host, Silva, he uses this as a chance to spin a rather vivid narrative about how those headsets might be meeting their demise, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so picture this. You're a Patreon subscriber. You've got your Friday night drink ready. You're settling in for some behind-the-scenes wrestling talk. And suddenly, Silva just drops this bomb. I bet she's got the headset on while he's banging, right? And he's going to town. He's slapping that ass. He's in the pink. He's going to town. It's laughing. And he takes the USB and sticks it in the other orifice.
Outrageous rights, highly specific, and paints a picture most listeners probably didn't ask for. But that is part of the booking the territory brand, isn't it? Pushing boundaries, embracing the absurd, reveling in a certain level of shock value. You know what I mean?
Doc is in stitches as usual. But Hardbody Harper, he's not laughing. He even questions if this is really appropriate for a Friday night. It's like you can feel this tension.
All right, there's enough of a tease.
Dude, that sounds real. That's just evil.
It's fucking black magic, dude. It's like when Paulie Walnuts goes, "What's this satanic black magic?"
Right. That sounds like two real people.
Son of a bitch.
That's just crazy.
Imagine
man.
if they had AI.
And they're talking about you, but you got them all shook up later. So way to go. You're our only hope, Obi-Wan.
I got Rosie for the Jetsons talking about me.
Maybe if you could get her to do the weather while you... Never mind.
Come on.
What?
So that's a tease there for what the AI overlords extracted from Hardbody Harper's headset saga breaking. Anyway, there's more on Patreon at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. And let me repeat, that is not something we created. We just threw the audio into it, and then it broke it down.
Fucking robots.
Crazy. Can you imagine if Tony Soprano, or if like what we just heard would break down like inside of the Sopranos? Like, let's say that was a thing while they were filming Sopranos. Can you imagine Paulie going off? Son of a bitch. What the hell is this bitch talking about?
Uh-oh.
Can you imagine? I mean, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
Satanic black magic.
Anyway, all right. Well, that about wraps it up for this week, folks. That's the deep dive. The deep dive's over. Doc, any closing thoughts before we throw it to Harper for the tagline?
We'll see you in a couple of weeks, Harper. We're getting this ready for Fall Brawl so that you can hop in and tell us all about these war games. That's
Okay.
all. That's all I got.
All right. Hit the tagline, Harper. Let's roll.
Book it, biatch.
This is AI Eric Bischoff. No, I am not the real Bischoff. So don't work yourself into a shoot like these useful idiots in the wrestling media field. With that said, congratulations on making it to the end of this week's show. Don't forget to send your comments about what the guys discussed tonight to Luke Hawks on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever the piss they call it now. The rumor is Luke likes answering BTT fan mail. Also do the guys a solid by liking the show's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And don't forget to like and retweet or repost the show on all social media platforms. Lastly, become a BTT patron member where you get tons of extra shows. You can join at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Until next week, piss off dipshits. How the piss do you people listen to these useful idiots? These dipshits think they're fucking funny, but they ain't fucking funny. And somebody needs to tell them that. This goddamn show needs more D-Man and less of dipshit, Doc, hard-boiled Harper, and this vanilla ice Snoop Dogg, mumble, mouth, Mills. You have to be an imbecile to find these three fuckers entertaining. Fucking clown show.